Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And it is Friday early evening. It is 6:37 p.m. How are you guys doing? Are you having a good weekend so far? It's the beginning of the weekend. Do you have big plans? Just gonna relax, maybe watch Netflix, maybe read a book. Anyway, let's get into today's meditations. I'm gonna start with A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Wisdom, and Courage by Cindy Spiegel. And it is July 23rd. Let's see. Okay, July 23rd. A mantra for doing what feels impossible. There will be times when it feels impossible to do the thing you believe in, moments when you simply cannot take a step forward. First, show yourself patience. And when you are ready, remind yourself that the only person who can talk you into believing in your power is you. Say the following mantra repeatedly throughout your day. Use it as often as possible and write it down on sticky notes throughout your home as a daily reminder. I am incredibly powerful. I can do this. I will do this. I love this. I am such a believer in quotes and little just like mantras to help us with things. And recently something that I started was I make a list every day of all the things that I want to get done that day. I make a list of every single one of my channels and ideas that I have for that channel of like videos that I'm going to do. And so I literally start it with like my vlog at the top of the list because that's always like the first video that I'm uploading from the night before. And then I put drama channel, Peterisms, Peter reviews stuff, Peter does stuff, and my booktube channel. And then underneath I draw a line, and then underneath there I have like all the things I have to do for the day, like errands I have to run, you know, going to get coffee, do the crossword, read, listen to my audiobook, whatever, all the different things that I want to get done that I have below there, right? One of the things I started doing recently, I don't do it every day, but I've been trying to do it more often, is that I pick a quote, like some kind of inspiring motivational quote about being successful and getting things done, and I put it at the top of the page, right? And it has really, really helped me as like a reference point throughout the day. Like when I'm like, let's say, you know, halfway through my errands that I have to run, and because usually what I do is then I take a separate list and I make a list of like the errands that I have to run, right? And halfway through the day when I'm like, oh, like I've been to the third place that I have to go to, you know, and whatever, and I'm like, okay, I just want to be home filming videos, I like read the quote, and I'm like, nope, get this done, you can get this done, you know? And so I think it's important for us to have mantras and, you know, different quotes in our life to help us, you know, in things. And I'm somebody that, you know, I quote on here a lot, quotes from Oprah and, you know, Maya Angelou and all kinds of people, and I just love quotes. Quotes are something that resonate with me, and so, you know, there are things that people say that I just remember all the time, and not just, you know, famous people or celebrities or wise people, but friends in my life as well, you know. My friend, I say this on my vlog every night, it's a friend of mine that says this to me whenever I see her. She always says, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you, you know? My friend Tanya always says, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And that's something that just like always sticks with me, you know? A lot of recovery slogans have, you know, which are basically mantras, have helped me stay sober for 26 years, you know? Keep it simple, stupid, or, you know, let go and let God. And if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. If you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. You know, all of these sayings, you know, that one day at a time have helped me so profoundly in my life. And I know it sounds kind of simple, and it really is. And I think, you know, that as you experience more in life, I think the road gets narrower, so to speak. And so it's like we don't really need these deep... Tucker literally just walked right underneath the ring light, like right underneath it, and it almost like, he almost took it down. Didn't you, bud? He almost took it down, and I was like, oh my God. Now he's over here. He's like, Dad, I want to be part of the video. I was like, just looking at him like, okay, please don't take the ring light down. But anyway, I think it's great to have those meditations, to have those mantras every day, and, you know, to say, I am incredibly powerful. I can do this. I will do this. And look in the mirror and say it to yourself, because those are often the things that we don't believe, right? That we have to believe that I can get through anything in life. I really can, you know? I can make it through. And one day at a time, you know, it's like my old sponsor used to always say to me, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, you know? if we set out to accomplish things in our life, or if we think that we can't make it through something because it's too difficult or it's too hard, what we are saying is we don't really believe in ourselves. You have to believe in yourself. There was a point that you believed in yourself. I don't care when it was, okay? Go back in your life and look at that one small moment, or maybe it was a year of your life, or maybe it was many years of your life, when you played a sport in high school, or, you know, when you were in a role in, you know, the theater in high school, or maybe you were behind the lights in, you know, drama, or maybe it was just a moment hanging out with your friends that you felt confident and you felt like, I have it. You know, for me, sometimes it's that. It's looking back to when I was like driving around with my good GDs in high school, you know, listening to music that I felt confident. I felt like, you know, I could do anything in this world. And I look back on that. And it's not that I don't have that in me anymore. It's not that I'm not strong enough or that I don't believe in myself. It's that I've lost that, right? But it's still there. It's still inside of me. So I have to go in and I have to find that again. I have to find that feeling and say, where is that feeling today? And for me, sometimes, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's like listening to old music that I listened to back in the day. And sometimes when I listen to that music, I feel invincible again. You know, I feel like, oh my God, like I'm free and I'm fun and I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? And so sometimes that helps me like kind of like push away the worries of the world and enjoy my life and realize that I can accomplish anything that I want to accomplish, anything that I set my mind to. And so can you. And so can you, and don't forget that for 1 second, you know? And be your biggest cheerleader in life, because if you are not rooting for you, if you're not rooting for yourself, nobody else will either. So make sure that you're your biggest cheerleader in life. Don't put yourself down. Don't, you know, stop not believing in yourself and start believing in yourself more. This is a great meditation. All right, let's get into Journey to the Heart by Melody Baby, Ms. Melody Baby. See, July 23rd. Let's see what she has to say to us today. July 23rd, make a fresh start. Sometimes we need to start over in work, in love, in our place of residence, and creating our lives. Sometimes we have to start over again when we don't want to, didn't plan on it, and didn't think it's fair. We may end a relationship, move, start a new job, start a new career, or begin an entirely different part of our lives. A part so different we didn't recognize it as being connected to the earlier ones. It's new. We're new. Life is new. We're starting over again. Sometimes it feels like we're starting from scratch. While we may feel a sense of excitement about this new beginning, we may also harbor a sense of dread. Not again, not one more time. I can't. I don't want to. Not again, not one more time. I can't. I don't want to. That reaction is understandable. We become tired, frightened. We feel uncertain. Honor all your feelings, all your emotions. Remember all your lessons. Clear the way to your heart. Then make a decision. It's time for a fresh start. You know, I'm not a big believer. I was actually talking about this on my drama channel the other day in reference to a YouTuber. It's interesting. I'm not a big believer in like, you know, like moving to change things. Like in recovery, we talk about that geographical changes are not the answer to our problems, because we're going to carry the problems with us wherever we go, right? So you have to work on the problems. But I don't necessarily believe that moving or having a fresh start or reinventing yourself are bad things. I think those are good things, right? It's just also being aware that all of that baggage that you have, you're going to carry with you to the next place. Just because you call it something different, just because you're living in a different city, just because you have a different house or apartment or whatever, right? Isn't going to change the fact that you have all of this baggage, right? But I think sometimes that change inspires us to look at the world in a different way, or to think about things in a different way, or to look at ourselves in a different way. And I don't necessarily think that's bad, you know? It's like, I can remember, it's a funny story. So when Alex and I both moved into the condo, we were here like finally, like full time. Like this was probably, I don't know, close to a year after my mom passed away. And you know, the furniture had been the same way it had always been since my mom had lived here. And I had taken down a lot of her like art, and I had gotten rid of a lot of stuff and whatever, and put my things up. But it was really like I had taken her things down and put my things up in their place. And really, like, if I had taken a piece of furniture out, I took it out and got rid of it and then put a piece of my furniture in its place. That makes sense? But like everything was still like, the setup of the house was the same. And this must have been after, yeah, it would have had to have been after Christmas, because before Christmas we had it all set up and everything the same way. And Alex and his mom were like doing like a deep cleaning on the house one day, which was very nice, right? And I came home and like, he didn't say anything to me about it. He didn't tell me anything about it. The furniture was completely rearranged, like completely rearranged. Like the dining room table used to be right here and it was moved over there. And then like, and I was like, and I had this moment of just like panic and dread that came up inside of me because I'm such a creature of comfort, right? And Alex is like, we can change it back if you don't like it. And at first I just was kind of like, okay, this is like, I was like really going through it, right? But I'm like, this is his home too, and he has a right to move things around the way that he wants to. And you know what? It was so interesting because what I had not been able to do for the previous months before that was really recognize, if you'll catch every once in a while on this channel, I'll still say my mom's condo. I couldn't really recognize that this was my home now, you know? And the changing of the furniture allowed me to look at it in a completely different way. You know, my cousin had been recommending to me for like months. She'd been like, take all the furniture out, put it in the garage, and then bring it back in and rearrange it completely. And Alex and I've been like, no, that's like, I'm not going to do that. She's like, it'll give you like a fresh feeling to the condo. And Alex did that. And it's like, you know, it made me feel so completely like after I was like able to exhale, you know. And now we like change things around all the time and I'm comfortable with that. It doesn't bother me as much, you know, but at first it was like really, really hard for me. So, you know, I think it's about accepting change and realizing that change is part of life and that fresh starts, even if they're daily fresh starts, are not bad, you know, do things different. You know, I am somebody that like, I am so into like, I get into routines and like go to Starbucks every day, do this, do this, do this. But when I mix up my routine a little bit and I even just go to a different Starbucks or I go somewhere different for coffee or whatever, like I get so excited about life, you know, and I need to do more of that. I'm somebody that needs to give myself more like small, fresh starts on a daily basis to just kind of inspire me. I think it sets off different neurons in our brain or something, you know? So anyway, those were amazing meditations. I loved both of those. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys and I hope you're having a magically amazing weekend. I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.